The bald eagle is without question one of the best known of all birds of prey alive today. A truly spectacular species that is an icon of North America. This fierce and powerful predator is one of the largest birds of prey native to the North American continent, and is also one of the most opportunistic. It has also proven to be a very adaptable species, thriving in some of the harshest environments North America has to offer. In this video, we're going to be examining in detail the lifestyle, ecology, anatomy and behaviour of this most famous of all the fish eagle species. As the national bird of North America, the bald eagle has quite the extensive range across this continent, being found across most of Alaska and Canada, much of the central United States, and even as far south as northern Mexico. As members of the fish eagle family, the bald eagle has a strong affinity to areas of water, whether it be coastal or freshwater. Research on these birds has actually shown a preference for bodies of water with a circumference greater than 11 kilometers or 7 miles, or other freshwater areas of greater magnitude as optimal breeding grounds for bald eagles. Mature bald eagles have a very distinctive coloration, with a dark blackish-brown body and a bright white head and tail feathers. The white head of a mature bald eagle, however, is perhaps its most distinctive feature, giving it its name bald eagle, even though in fact these birds are not bald at all. The name most likely originates from the phrase piebald, referring to an animal of black and white coloration, which of course makes sense when looking at a mature bird from a distance, though the contrast of these colours may vary from individual to individual. Even the eagle's Latin name refers to their striking coloration, with haliaetus roughly translating in Greek to sea eagle, and lusocephalus meaning white-headed. However, many do not realise that the bald eagle does not start out looking like this at all. In fact, as a juvenile bird, it looks quite different. During the first couple of years of their lives after they leave the nest, young bald eagles lack the white head and tail feathers of their parents altogether and have a dark chocolate brown coloration throughout their bodies. In this phase of their development, young bald eagles can look almost identical to their Eurasian counterparts, juvenile white-tailed sea eagles, but they are not found in North America. Virtually all young birds of prey have plumage that is visually distinct from that of their mature counterparts, which aids in some sort of visual recognition, which is eventually lost as the bird matures. However, mostly because of their larger body size and slower physical development compared to smaller raptors, it can take eagles much longer to reach sexual maturity and fully develop their adult plumage. A bald eagle, for example, may have to wait until it is 5 to 7 years old to reach its complete adult plumage coloration. There are in fact 2 recognised subspecies of bald eagle across North America, and they vary somewhat in size depending on where they are across the continent. The size of an individual bird seems to correlate with Bergmann's rule, stating that individuals further away from the equator are larger than those closer to it. For example, individual bald eagles wintering in Arizona can reach around 10.4 pounds in weight, but the largest individuals are from Alaska, and they can reach up to 15 pounds in weight. In many areas, the bald eagle's range overlaps with that of the golden eagle. Both of these raptors are very close in size, but although they are both considered to be eagles, they are from different parts of the eagle family tree. There is some overlap comparing the sizes of these 2 different species depending on the individuals in question, but for the most part they are very similar in weight, although bald eagles are considered to be slightly heavier. In flight, both of these species are especially large, with wingspans reaching or even exceeding 7 foot. The bald eagle, however, has a comparatively shorter tail compared to the golden eagle, and also a seemingly more pronounced head and bill, giving it a somewhat more front-heavy appearance in flight. These 2 eagles do occasionally engage in interspecies combat, whether it be in the sky or on the ground, usually over possession of a carcass, or sometimes over territorial airspace. In either case, they seem pretty closely matched. Compared to the golden eagle, the bald eagle's beak appears much thicker and more brightly coloured, well suited for feeding on prey such as fish. The talons and feet of a bald eagle are also exceptionally powerful weapons for hunting, estimated to be capable of gripping and puncturing prey with a force of over 5 to 10 times the strength of a human hand. However, perhaps surprisingly, the talons and feet of most bald eagles are actually slightly shorter than those of a similar-sized golden eagle. This is largely because, in comparison, the golden eagle spends more time tackling with tougher and larger mammalian prey in comparison, although the largest talons belong to the harpy eagle as seen from this image, as we have also discussed in a previous video. As we'll discuss later, however, bald eagles can still take a very diverse range of prey in the wild. With a wingspan reaching over 7 foot across, the bald eagle is an exceptionally powerful flyer. The large size of some fish eagles like this can make them seem somewhat cumbersome at first compared to smaller, more agile raptors, but once they get up to speed, even these large eagles can be deceptively maneuverable. In level flight, a bald eagle can reach up to 40 to 45 miles per hour, but in a dive or stoop, they can reach over 100 miles per hour. When it comes down to their hunting behaviour, bald eagles are well recognised as being a member of the fish eagle family, and this is well deserved considering that much of their diet does consist of fish, especially salmon or trout. They will also hunt a wide range of other fish species, whether it be in fresh or salt water, including bass, mullet, walleye, catfish, carp and many more. The most iconic hunting method of this eagle by far is when they swoop down towards the surface of a body of water and snatch fish from the surface with their talons. On occasion, however, these bold raptors will sometimes plunge fully into bodies of water to attack larger fish, in a manner similar to that of an osprey. In these wetland areas, however, bald eagles will also frequently predate on a wide variety of water birds found in these habitats. Birds such as coots, small herons, ducks and even geese are all known to be predated upon in these areas. An eagle will often approach a gathering of these water birds and single out any stragglers, where they will attempt to grab and kill the bird either on the bank or even directly in the water body itself, where they will drag it ashore. However, as previously mentioned, the bald eagle is more than capable of chasing down prey in level flight as well, and will even sometimes snatch these birds out of mid-air with its talons. When hunting live prey, fish and mostly water birds make up a large part of the bald eagle's diet, but they will occasionally feed on mammal prey as well, such as rabbits. These are sometimes caught by the eagles themselves, but they will also sometimes steal or kleptoparasitize these kills from other carnivores, including foxes and other raptors. Although the bald eagle is undoubtedly an effective predator, it is also very opportunistic, and like other larger eagles, is just as happy to feed on carrion given the opportunity. In fact, much like other larger fish eagle species, including the white-tailed and stellar sea eagles, a large portion of the bald eagle's diet in the wild consists of the carcasses of other animals, especially in the hard times of winter. As well as being a skilled hunter and scavenger, the bald eagle can also be a pirate among eagle species. They are very well known to steal prey from other carnivores, both mammalian and avian, where they have even been known to steal prey right out of the mouths of foxes and coyotes. They are particularly quarrelsome with their own kind, and they will also frequently steal fish from ospreys, as you can see here, where they will rob the bird of their prize after they have caught it. Bald eagles will also frequently engage in intraspecies conflicts over food but also territorial matters with other raptors, particularly larger butios and falcon species, and sometimes even other eagles, including particularly the golden eagle as we have previously mentioned, where conflict is most likely over the possession of a larger carcass, for example when scavenging, especially in more extreme weather conditions such as the cold of winter. Many imagine the bald eagle to make a loud, powerful screeching or even roaring sound, hence its large size, but in reality, they sound much like this. When it comes down to breeding, bald eagles are surprisingly early compared to other eagle species, for they are known to sometimes nest as early as mid-February, whereas other species nest more commonly in April or May. Like virtually all larger eagle species, as well as many other larger birds of prey, bald eagles are believed to mate for life, and an established pair engage in quite a spectacular courtship ritual. Both birds will call loudly together and will engage in lengthy and spectacular aerial courtship flights. These flights involve a series of impressive chasing, stooping, and even cartwheeling. The sight of two bald eagles locking talons in mid-flight and essentially cartwheeling towards the ground is one of the most spectacular sights in nature. Both birds will fly high into the air and then lock talons and essentially free fall just before hitting the ground, where they will let go of one another and fly around separately. This is a behaviour also seen in a few other fish eagle species, but the bald eagle is best known for it. The bald eagle actually makes the largest nest of any bird in the world. The record holder was a nest found in Florida in 1963, which was found to be over 3 meters wide, 6 meters deep, and an astonishing 2 tons in weight. These nests are often used for breeding purposes over many years, and often have lots of extra material added to them in that time. A female bald eagle usually lays between 1 and 3 eggs in the nest, with 2 being the most common result. When the young eaglets hatch, like so many young birds of prey, they have an insatiable appetite, and as a result, they grow very rapidly indeed. In fact, a bald eagle chick can gain 170 grams or around 6 ounces in body weight in a single day, which is the fastest growth rate of any North American bird. The chicks will be able to fledge anywhere between 8 to 14 weeks of age, but they will remain around their nest and remain somewhat dependent on their parents for a further 6 weeks. Young bald eagles typically don't disperse away from their parents until around 8 weeks after they are fledged. By this stage, they have their distinctive juvenile plumage, as we have discussed earlier, and for the next 4 or so years, they will travel across vast distances in search of food. It won't be until they are around at least 5 years of age that they will acquire their spectacular and iconic adult plumage and reach sexual maturity. Only then will they return to a suitable territory of their own and raise their young for the first time. The average life expectancy of a bald eagle in the wild is around 20 years, although one individual was found to reach 38 years of age, although in captivity they can live over twice as long. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new about this amazing species of eagle. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next one.